Since 2005, YouTube has evolved from a little streaming platform to a Google-owned media giant, taking over the internet and changing society as we know it. YouTube has seen some controversies, conspiracies, and channels that have made us turn our heads and perform that double take because their content radiates unsettling vibes. These channels seem to break the rules and post explicit content, but regardless, their fair share of controversy, sometimes confusing channels, on closer inspection leave the viewers with an uneasy feeling. So here are 5 mysterious channels that disappeared from YouTube. Number 5. Mr. Peeper. This first channel is one of the creepiest and spine-chilling ever discovered on YouTube. The channel in question was called Mr. Peeper and featured a series of videos from the first-person view, POV for short. He had footage of him stalking a couple of women and planned unbelievably horrible pranks on them. The first woman was recorded through her living room window, watching TV and totally unaware of the videotaping outside of her window. Mr. Peeper then enters her home after she goes to bed, and while in the entryway, he records the reflection very briefly, revealing the scary Halloween-style mask he has on. He then goes outside and rings the doorbell, to where the girl finds a burning stuffed animal on fire in front of her patio door. While she frantically tries to call someone on the phone, Mr. Peeper jumps up from behind a chair, causing the woman to scream, and then the video ends. In between the 2 separate sequences, Mr. Peeper posted an unsettling clip of him driving through a vague countryside, with what sounds like another person struggling in the background, possibly gagged or mouth-taped. With the second woman, Mr. Peeper follows her into a library and plays tricks with the lights while she's searching for books. After a few minutes of teasing, he then follows her back to her house, where he hides underneath the deck and attempts to film up the woman's skirt. This then transitions to another terrifying prank, where Mr. Peeper sticks a needle halfway into the wood and then hides it under leaves, only to record the woman walking barefoot early next day and stabbing herself unexpectedly. It only gets worse, however, when on a different night, Mr. Peeper attempted to break into her house, but his plan is messed up by the guard dog keeping watch outside. He doesn't give up though, and goes to the grocery store and records himself getting rat poison in dog food, which he combines later on and puts it outside of the woman's house. His last video ends with a guard dog finding the poison food and beginning to eat it. As you can imagine, both of these situations are pretty messed up and disgusting, and incredibly scary happenings. Some viewers claim the video was fake and part of an art project or filmmaking web series, pointing to the supposed acting of the second woman when she talks on the phone and steps on the needle. At this highlight Mr. Peeper, expert editing skills and distorted voice overalls are simple production values, in addition to the dramatic music playing of a certain jump scare moment. However, it is possible that the special effects were included as a sick way to maximize already what was creepy in nature. Like stalking tapes. Weird. All of the actions are very plausible, and the authenticity of following women home isn't a far-fetched claim. One publication on the internet claims that Mr. Peeper was just a name, and the channel with the videos are actually recovered films from an SD card taped to the roof of an abandoned car out in the woods, found by a random person, then uploaded it to the internet. Now, why would anybody want to post this disturbing footage without a call for action is beyond comprehension. And while there was never anything grotesque or blatantly nudity on screen, it was more of what was happening behind the scenes. Number 4, Toy Freaks. A couple of years back, YouTube had forced a purge of hundreds upon hundreds of channels that exploited children through disturbing images and potentially harmful situations. Toy Freaks started in 2015 by single father Greg Chisholm, who had gained a small following in US. Also had a side channel posting family videos. He started noticing that some of the videos that he posted of him and his 2 girls gained more views than others, and of deeper analysts discovered with the right title tags and actual content, he could profit off these silly videos. Unfortunately, these silly videos turned into bizarre, gross skits between him and his daughters. These videos range from eating weird foods that stimulated vomiting, creepy performances by Chisholm in a scary Halloween mask, makeup and dangerous stunts, and even physical discomfort. It certainly stimulated and unsettling emotions by quite a few viewers, and eventually YouTube and other brands. Despite the intense subject matter, Toy Freaks was actually a very popular channel. At one point, it was the top 100 most viewed YouTube channels of all time and gained over 8.5 million subscribers in 2 years. And the analytics calculated Greg had made over $13 million in revenue from advertisements alone, which introduces a question of morals and profiting off your own children, let alone children acting out gross performances. In the end, this is what prompted YouTube officials to delete Toy Freaks. Number 3, Meat Sleep. On March 28, 2014, Meat Sleep went on to post 91 times in brain-bending fashion, using harsh editing techniques, uncomfortable audio sequences, and involving content bordering on explicit. Embedded in all these videos were secret codes that can be cracked by the serious and imaginative viewers by paying attention to words, sounds, and images frequently used. While none of it led to an ultimate hidden secret or buried treasure, it stumped many audience members and forced conspiracy theories to go crazy. The channel wasn't all fun code cracking, however, a lot of bizarre and unsettling videos made users believe the film was shot by a possible serial killer, potentially a cannibal. Some of the content revolved around themes of kidnapping and stalking and points of view from which the points of being filmed seems to suggest the person behind the camera was following someone, or at least up to no good. And while none of these theories seem to be true, it sparked heavy debate and acquisitions as angry and disgusted viewers started analyzing the videos and the actual locations of the houses and started harassing those who lived there. The madness came to an end January 2016. Number 2, Shay St John. This next channel wasn't so much of a mystery, but it was completely fascinating, with a bit of conspiracy theory history associated with this creator. The channel in question was Elastic, Spastic, Plastic, Fantastic, featuring the character of Shay St John. St. John first made contact with the internet through a live journal blog in 2003 and was portrayed as a female human badly scarred from a near-fatal car accident. However, instead of prosthetic limbs, St. John used bits and pieces of mannequin parts to complete her damaged figure. She claimed her face was so badly ruined it was too grotesque to show. Eric sidestepped YouTube and released 30 of his videos on a DVD called The Trigger Compilations. In 2006, Eric edited and produced all of the content just as he had with the YouTube channel. Unfortunately, Eric passed away from internal bleeding complications due to his alcoholism. He was only 42 at the time of his death. An intriguing theory that did arise before he died was that Eric Fournier was actually behind the Max Head incident. While it was never confirmed, there does seem to be many similarities between the Max Head room and Shay St John, such as the camera techniques, lighting in certain videos, use of masks and disguises, and the overall understanding of a video production. It's a stretch, but certainly not impossible. The channel was discontinued by YouTube in 2017, along with Eric's personal website. Number 1, Mark Judge. The clarity and chaos that was the Supreme Court nomination of Brett Kavanaugh dominated American news circuits at the time, but we seem to sneak through the major media outlets. What is the creepiness in the despicable YouTube presence of Mark Judge, a good friend of Brett, and a major piece of his testimony? Judge was repeatedly accused of having witnessed the alleged sexual misconduct by Brett against Miss Christine Ford, laughing and provoking further damage during the incident, while Judge denied such proclamations. More inside sources claim Judge had been abusing women for decades, dating all the way back to his time in Georgetown Prep. These sources say they also witnessed misconduct acted out by Judge, normally involved in intoxicating females at big parties. Well, Judge never accepted any of these charges, obviously, and ran into hiding around the time of the testimony. Other devoted internet users and social activists discovered Judge's many secrets and disturbing practices found via his YouTube channel. He posted all over. Judge's official account were short films and random video clips of young women wearing little clothing, including conspiratorial messages entitled "Filled with Innuendos." To protect those involved, we will not show the videos, but the alarming content, it's pretty telling of Judge's true character. What makes the ordeal even more unsettling is the girls in the YouTube videos are positioned in the state of mind exactly like the girls from former accusations. A lot of them are passed out and seemingly under the influence. I don't know, what do you guys think? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Trip on this channel. Peace.